So in chapter 15 for business management, we talked a lot about leadership, the different qualities, and sort of the concept behind it. So the first thing is to explain the concept of leadership. So basically, leadership is the ability to influence people towards the attainment of goals. So having that ability to kind of push people in that direction and make certain decisions that will help them attain those goals. That's basically what leadership is about. Um, so to differentiate between management and leadership, basically it all comes down to the focus or the mindset basically behind each one. So when you're focusing on leadership, you're focusing more on people, uh, promoting change, empowering people, innovating, having a vision for everyone to look forward to and try and reach those goals. Versus a manager, they have a different focus. Um, or with management, it's a bit of a different focus because you have uh, your eyes set on something different. You're more rational. You're organized. You analyze things differently. You have more of a in a way, sort of a position of power, and you have to be like stable when it comes to your job and be able to assign tasks. So that's the big difference when it comes to management and leadership, is the focus or the mindset behind it. So for the four approaches of contemporary leadership, you have level 5 leadership, servant leadership, authentic leadership, and interactive leadership. So for level 5 leadership, this is all about basically your lack of ego. You're very humble because um, you're going to do what's best for the organization no matter what. You're going to take responsible for your failures, and if other people like do something good, you're going to give credit for their success, and you're not going to take credit for that. So it's all about being humble, doing what's best for the organization, and putting yourself not on top. Next, we have servant leadership. Um, Basically, this is all about trying to, it's sort of in the name, but serving others. Um, Serving others, the organization, and society. So it's a lot about like the development um, of the worker as much as it is like the work itself. You're going to give away power, you're going to give away ideas, information, recognition, things like that. So it's basically in the name. You're serving and you're helping other people while you're doing it. Next, you have authentic leadership. Um, Basically, this is big on personal relationships, supporting followers, being courageous, and standing up for what one believes in. This is big because it draws a lot of self-awareness and self-regulation towards your followers, and a lot of the time it inspires trust for your workers in you. Authentic leadership, practices solid values, connects with others, self-discipline, leads with the heart as well as the head, which I think is very important. A lot of times, too many people lead with this and not enough of this, or vice versa. So those are just different qualities within an authentic leader. Lastly, we have the interactive leadership. Basically, this is focuses more on relationships and being collaborative rather than position power and formal authority. So it's big because a lot of times it gives people a chance to work together and influence and feed off of each other. So when that sort of leadership is implemented, people can come together a little more. So there are two different types of behaviors when it comes to leadership. You have your task-oriented behavior, and then you have your people-oriented behavior. Basically, So for consideration, extent to which the leader is mindful of subordinates, respects their ideas, values their feelings, and establishes like a mutual trust. It's more about empowering, developing, and being able to recognize and have a little bit of empathy. Initiating structure, however, is to the extent which is task-oriented, and directs subordinates' work activities toward goal attainment. So that's sort of two different approaches when it comes to sort of the task versus people-oriented. One's going to focus on development and making people feel, have that trust and the connection, while the other one is more working about just maintaining the goals, and the relationships are secondary. To me, the people one is in it for the long run, because you can develop and maintain that trust and gain more trust along the way, and down the road it will lead to more success rather than like immediate success right away. That's my opinion on it. So next we have if I can find it. So charismatic leadership. So this is articulating a clear, appealing vision, exerting influence, idealized influence, and providing inspiration, motivation to stimulate people to do more than they normally would, despite some obstacles that they might face. So again, this is big on empowering and trying to get people to get them inspired and make them want to strive to do more. Put them in a situation where they feel like they can do more, and they want to do more. That's basically what charismatic leadership is all about. Transformation leadership. This is basically individuals distinguished by their special ability to bring about innovation and change. Ooh, we're slipping. By creating an inspiring vision, shaping values, building relationships, proving and providing meaning for followers. So this is all about giving meaning for your workers, making sure they feel that they have a strong vision to go towards. They have specific values, and people are going to have different abilities, and with that you can create just different types of like innovation, and it makes them feel valued when it comes to that. Next we have transactional leaders, individuals who clarify the role and task requirements of subordinates, initiate structure, provide appropriate rewards, and display consideration for followers. So this is basically you're going to have like a structure involved, and you're going to reward people based off of the work that they do. If you do something that's well over the top, you're going to get a good reward. If you do the bare minimum, you're going to get a bare minimum reward. It's all about being appropriate when it comes to the rewards. And you have to be considerate towards your followers as well. Situational leadership. This is basically it comes down to finding the situation that you're in, and choosing the type of leadership style that would best suit that situation, because different companies, different fields, different businesses and things like that, they're all going to have require different types of leadership styles, and some are going to change over the day, over the months, whatever. And this is when you're going to need to be able to come out and find which situation will require specific leadership styles, because it's all going to be different. You can't use the same leadership style for every situation. So explain the concept of power. So basically For power, power is the ability to influence the behavior of others. Um, so you can control and direct others because you have that power and you can use that. Authority is the influence that is basically you have the ability to lead them or guide them in the direction that they need to go. So there are 5 types of power, and power and authority they kind of relate to each other a little bit. But there are 5 types of power. You have legitimate power, power that comes from a manager's formal position in an organization. Reward power results from the authority to bestow rewards. Coercive power stems from the authority to punish or recommend punishment. Expert power, power that results from a leader's special knowledge or skill in a task performed by subordinates. And referent power, Jesus, results from characteristics that command subordinates identification with, respect, and admiration for, and desire to emulate the leader. So those are the 4 different types of leadership. 4 different types of power. And so I kind of already explained how power and authority kind of go together, and that's basically everything.